Hi, it's Jan Johnson, and thank you so much for tuning again today. And I am now on the third day of a 10-part series for telling the right story at the right time and telling it right. I always have to look at this so I make sure that I'm saying this right, because this is extracted from a book by Peter Guber and an article that was written about the book. And it emphasizes the fact that storytelling is the way that you are going to get sales in your business, something that I've said all along. So I'm now sharing with you those 10 basic principles, and we're on number 3 today. And so let me start by just reading number 3 for you, and that is finding the source material for good stories. The key is not to expect to find a story fully born, perfectly framed, and ready to be told, but to constantly stockpile fragments and metaphors that have the potential to become stories. The most effective story material comes from first-hand experience infused with your personal feelings and emotions. So this is extracted from the book written by Peter Guber, and this is the third basic principle for telling the right story at the right time and telling it in the right way. Now, I want to talk to this for a minute and just say that just like me researching and finding this particular article that led to this particular book, for me to tell my stories and get my mind thinking on stories, that's what you need to be doing for your particular business. If you are in the nutrition business, then you want to do the research so that you can tell stories about people who have been on the product. You want to do the research for people that are utilizing your service and the results that they've had from that service, for instance. And those stories might not be there just ready and available at the tip of your tongue. You've got to do some work. This is your business. And so therefore you want to get those stories at the tip of your tongue. And if you don't have a good memory for them, and most of us don't, or even if you do, you're going to want to write them down. Have a place where you jot them down. Carry a little book, or in my case, for instance, I have on my iPhone, I just use the notes. I'll think of something, I go, oh, that's a good story, or there's something I read, and I can put that in there, and then I'm always able to go and refer to that. Or even if, like, you ever go to the movies and you see the previews for other movies and you go, oh, that looks good, or that one looks really good too. Then you go to order something on Netflix, or you go to another movie and you can't think of what that movie was. And you go, what was that movie that I saw that was coming up that was so good? Well, I take out my iPhone and I put the name of the movie down, or characters that are in it, actors that are in it, so that I don't forget those. It's the same thing with books. I do that as well. I jot them down so that I have access to them. And you need to do that with your own particular business for stories that are that affect you. And I want to go back here and just emphasize, remember that the most effective story material comes from first-hand experience infused with your personal feelings and emotions. So maybe you want to tell how you felt when you heard it. Maybe you want to tell how you reacted. That will be the personal experience that you share, because infusing that personal experience into the story that you tell, even if it's someone else that you're telling it about or something that you heard, is what is going to make the person remember it and then therefore buy into your product and service, because they're getting emotionally involved with you. This is a very important aspect of it. If this video helped you, please comment and share. Remember, we've got a lot more to do on this 10-part series. This was number 3. So tune back in. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can get the others by simply going to thejanjohnson.com and clicking on blog. And also you might want to tune into my 7-day video series where I teach you how to learn how to tell your story so that you can be ready to make the sale by just being you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I'm Jan Johnson, thejanjohnson.com. Have a great day.